Hey there, Rub-a-Dub subs, it's Black Metal Werewolf making a brand new video for this week. And today's subject is kind of a shitty one. If you're one of my international viewers, chances are you haven't really heard what's going on in Canada. I know this country doesn't really come up much in international news. But if you do live here, chances are you've seen it on Facebook or on the news or something. But the store chain HMV is closing down in Canada. As of April 30th, it will be closing all of its shops across the country, which really fucking sucks. But I'm not just going to be talking about, the stores closing down. I'm also going to be talking about what that really means and the implications of such a huge chain going out of business. So HMV was a relatively popular company inside of Canada. Chances are, if you were to go to any mall in this country, there would be an HMV inside of it. And it made sense. The place was an entertainment hub. Chances are, if you were to walk in there, you could walk out with any type of entertainment you saw fit for yourself at a relatively good price. For example, if I were to go to a Walmart and look at their shitty little CD selection, you know what, I might find an AC/DC album that's been sitting there for like 8 years. But if I were to go to an HMV, there would be an entire wall sectioned off for heavy metal, and I found so many different albums there, and that's what was one of the things I absolutely loved about that company. Chances are, I'd walk in there and I'd come out with 1 or 2 good finds. On good days, I'd walk out with a hell of a lot more, and I'd spend way too much. But even as much as I love the company, and it really saddens me that it's going out of business, I can understand why. After looking at the reports, it really makes perfect sense why they went out of business. They were hemorrhaging so much fucking money, it was unreal. They were losing about $100,000 a day, which averages out to $3 million a month. Now, the reports didn't say when they started losing that much money, but either way, it's way too much money to possibly sustain a business. There's no way you're making a profit and going to be able to pay your employees if, you're losing $3 million a month. Now, I'm not just going to sit here and talk about a store closing, because that's just how capitalism works. And I'm a fan of capitalism. Companies need to have to outperform each other and stay relevant and stay with the times, or else a new company is going to come in and outdo them and bulldoze them into the ground and steal all their clientele. That's just how capitalism works. If you don't like it, move to North Korea. What I really want to talk about is the implications of a store like HMV shutting down has on an average Joe like myself. You see, I'm a little old-fashioned. I'm a physical media lover. I know in the past when I've recommended CDs or whatever, a lot of people have commented saying, well, why don't you just download it for free, or why don't you just go on to Spotify? Well, to me, that is not the same experience. I like having a physical copy of my media. I like being able to pop a CD in, sit down on the couch, and look at the booklet while I'm listening to the music, read the lyrics, look at the art. To me, if that wasn't there, the experience wouldn't be complete. It just doesn't feel the same to me. Also, to me, there's a bit of a distrust when it comes to streaming services, like, say, Netflix or Spotify. For example, whenever I buy a CD from HMV, I bring it home, I put it on my computer, and I always have that physical copy of that CD. And when HMV closes down, I don't have to give any of my CDs back. Those belong to me. But if Netflix were to shut down, none of those movies belong to me. If they're gone, they're gone. Therefore, I can no longer watch those movies, and then I would have to go out and purchase them myself anyway. Same with Spotify. It has so much fucking music on there, and that is a great thing. But what happens if Spotify goes under? Then you have no music to listen to. If Spotify were to go under, hey, I still have all my fucking music on my phone. And if something happens to my phone, I still have all my physical copies of my CDs. I know I'm probably sounding like an old grouch saying, oh, those damn kids and their music these days on the computer. But it just doesn't feel right to me when I get a digital copy of something. I feel like I'm not experiencing it the way I should. And I know there are a lot of people who agree with me on that, but there are a lot of people who disagree with me, because, granted, getting a Spotify account is a hell of a lot cheaper than going out and buying 300 CDs, right? That makes sense. But even though I'm spending quite a bit more money than someone with a Spotify account, I will have that physical copy of that forever until I break it, lose it, or just decide I don't want it anymore. Which I doubt any of those will ever happen, because I cherish those things like they're my own fucking children, So that's just the way I feel about it. Honestly, my prediction is by the end of this decade, by 2020, a lot of stores like HMV are going to be closing down. I know the HMV in Ireland closed down. I wouldn't be surprised if HMVs across the globe and all the other countries that it's in completely closed down. because they're not keeping up with the times. But I just wish that the times were a little different, you know? I just wish that people still appreciated physical copies of something. To me, a CD is like art. Sorry about that. When it's like if someone were to hang a big tablet on the wall and be like, oh, look at this original Picasso I have on tablet. To me, that wouldn't be the same as having a physical original Picasso. Sure, it might be cheaper, but to me, it's not the same thing. So that's pretty much how that's the best way I can put it. The digital age is steamrolling through the competition and is changing a lot of things. Sometimes I think technology would just kind of slow it down and let people live in the moment and kind of appreciate the physical things that we have instead of replacing everything with just digital media. So, like my past videos, I either do an album recommendation or an album warning, and this one is yet another recommendation. The band is Solium Fatalis, the album is The Undying Season. It is a black/death metal band. I'm not really sure which country they're from, but if you're a fan of bands like Gorgoroth and Immortal, you should definitely check them out. It's a great album for black metal fans and death metal fans. So, Solium Fatalis, The Undying Season, check it out. So that's it for today's video, guys. If you like what you saw, don't forget to like and subscribe and check out some of my past videos while you're at it. And don't forget to leave a comment letting me know what you thought of today's video. If you want to keep up with me on a more daily basis, you can follow me on Instagram. I'll put my Instagram name in the bottom as I always do. And I also have an official Facebook page now too, so you can check that out because I'll be putting a link to my official Facebook page in the description. Also, I have a P.O. box open now, so if you would like to send me a letter or something, you can definitely do that. I'll be putting my P.O. box in the description as well. So, thank you very much for watching, guys, and stay brutal.